covered over here.
Every hiker relies on the trails in the Blue Hills to enjoy the park. But without hundreds of volunteers each year, the trails would degrade and some would disappear. Today you'll hear about how we protect the trails so that you and everyone can enjoy the trails. I'm Judy Lair-Jacobs, the Executive Director of the Friends of the Blue Hills.
I'm Anna McDougall. I am a volunteer and a trail adopter.
And if you have hiked in the Blue Hills, let us know in the comments with just a yes or a no. You're watching Blue Hills Alive, your weekly guide to the Blue Hills. And if you hike in the Blue Hills, you will want to download a new guide, Find Your Trail Chart, at friendsofthebluehills.org/chart, and it lists 19 of some of the best trails in the Blue Hills and different lengths and difficulties, and you'll want to download it to see which one is best for you. You are watching Friends of the Blue Hills Alive, your weekly guide to the Blue Hills. We thank Tom O'Neill of Success Real Estate in Milton for sponsoring it, and I think we can get going.
Yes, we can.
Do you want to start by introducing yourself?
Anna McDougall. I am from Randolph. I've been coming to the Blue Hills, I'll admit, to 70 years, but no more than that. And this is called a payback because I have been up here so long. And as I walked the trails, I did notice, boy, they could use some help. And I had decided that I would volunteer. I bumped into a couple. They were cleaning up, and I said, how do you do this? And they said, contact Friends of Blue Hills. I ended up doing the Saturday volunteers once a month. Got so involved in it, loved it, got to see parts of the Blue Hills I had never seen before, and decided to adopt my own trail, which I've had for 5 years.
That's great. Yeah. Do you want to start by, we'll talk a little bit more about trail maintenance, but maybe
what we have here is this is a culvert. As you know, the Blue Hills is hills. There's water runs down the hills. The culvert is put in here to run water underneath this trail and over there. That's wetlands. It can be wet, so we can let the water run right over there. You can see it going right straight underneath. So there is a big culvert underneath there. It's a pipe that runs straight off. Will flood this area over here, which it can be. All the little animals come over here to drink, believe it or not. The bunnies, you know, the raccoons. You won't see them right now, but they'll be out, and this is their watering hole. They'll drink out of this. You know, and what we do here is we want to make sure that the trails are clean and safe for anybody, little kids as far as big kids. So we have to maintain them, clean them off. We have to make sure that they are safe. There's a lot of trails here. Some of them very small, some of them very big, as this one is. It's a big trail. Some of them aren't this big, and they need to be cut back. They need to be raked. The culverts have to be cleaned out, and so don't the gutters. And we have reverses that need to be done also. All this is very necessary.
So I think you might start looking at trails differently after Anna
points out a few things.
So we're going to walk up to another irrigation structure that might be new for you. Do you want to talk about why we need to maintain the trails? What happens if we don't?
The maintaining the trails is very, very important because whether you know or not, this is prime real estate. There's always developers trying to come in. If they think the trails are not maintained and they are unsafe, then we will lose them. And if we don't maintain them, someone might deem them unsafe. They will close off the trail. So we want all the trails to be exactly that: usable, safe, friendly. And we have to keep water off them. We need to remove branches that are over. Any branches over there, that's fine. Stay there. The animals use that for shelter and such. But we need the trail to be clean. This is a gutter over here, which needs to be, this would be cleaned out. All this here would be, the leaves would be taken, they'll actually be put on a top and dragged to the other side so that this would be completely clean. So the water will run down here and go to that culvert over there. flood that part over there. Everybody's happy, the bunnies, the raccoons, and me, because this is all going to be cleaned out. And you can see it work. It's just like your gutter at home and your street. It runs the water off, keeps it off the trail. If we don't keep it off the trail in the winter will ice up. It becomes very, very dangerous. This is a very big trail. Lots of people are on it. We can have bicyclists. We can have buses on this. So it's very, very important that it maintain. We do not want accidents. We don't want people hurt. We want it to look nice. And it's beautiful. But this all has to be cleaned out for that particular reason. We need to move the water where it all belongs. So this is a project that will be done probably later on. Not high on our list right now, but it will be done. There's a reverse up here that also will have to be replaced.
So we're going to start walking towards that reverse as well. So let us know if you've done any trail maintenance. You see these structures all the time. But if you're a regular hiker, you might not notice these different parts of the trail. So let us know in the comments whether you have noticed these ditches and grade reversals and
a lot of bicyclists use
it
to jump over. They think it's great. The bicyclists love it. The mountain bikers, they go over and it's almost like they go in the air, they're airborne. But the reverses are not here for bicyclists, believe me. They're here to maintain the trails.
Great. So we're up to the grade reversal. Can I talk about that a little bit?
Yep. This here is a grade reversal. It is a wooden grade reversal, which is something we don't generally do now. We will replace this with stone. In other words, we would dig this out. We would pick this down. I'm talking pick. We use a pickaxe, and we would pick that right out, make a great trench. We would grab different size boulders, place it all along here, and pack it with dirt in different size, making it really nice. It would go down at least a foot. And so it would be probably this high. It would be all beautiful. It would be covered with dirt. You hardly see the rocks. And this would go down a foot, and the water would run off again. It comes right down there. You can almost see the stream, and goes right off down there where we want it. Stuff that overflows is going to go right straight down this gutter that we just cleaned out. Over there's where we want the water. Here's where we don't. And the reversals will do it. This one here has been in, if I had a guess, I would have to say at least 50 years, because they used what was available. And what was available here was obviously a downed tree. You can see the knots. And it has stood the time. I'm telling you, I'm very impressed. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
So you've talked about a number of things, ways of maintaining trails, the raking and the grade reversals.
Yep.
But we have some other tools
Yes,
that
we
might
do.
help you talk about some of the other ones.
Yeah. Now what we do, depending what floats your boat and what you want to do, raking is one, reversals are something. We have here loppers. And by the way, everybody's given lessons. No one is just handed a lopper and say, go to town. We actually show you how to use them. They're never carried like this, because that would be hurt. They're always carried like this, facing down. Same with the rake. The rakes are always facing down, because you are with a group of people, and we don't want anybody hurt. What we would do with these things is trim. Every trail has a different dynamic on it. If you are maintaining a walking trail, which is what I have, 4 foot is what you want the clearing. 4 foot by 6. Anything dangling over, there's above 6 feet, you're okay on a walking trail. If it's not, it has to come down, and we use the lopper for that. You cut as close to the tree as you can and lop it off. That's why if you do walk, pay attention, you'll sometimes see trees that look like they've been shaved on one side. That's because we've lopped it off. And we don't want those branches hanging over our paths. Now, if it happens to be a trail like this, which is a big trail, you would have horses on this. You'd have people in 4-wheel drives. Only the DCR, however. The trail has to be 8 feet by 10. Horses do not like getting hit in the face with branches. Their riders don't like getting hit in the face with branches. So the rule of thumb is anything above 10 feet 10 is, anything 10 feet, from 1 to 10 feet must be lopped off. You want the height for that horse and the rider to get under. You don't want them being hit in the face. That's not fun. And that's basically it. It's 10 feet by 6, 10 feet by 8, or 4 by 8. That's a walking trail. We do have other trails that are just paths. Those are the ones we lose the quickest. Mother Nature is very funny. She'll take back what you do not maintain, and she doesn't care. She just takes it back. So those paths that we have in there, on your maps, you'll see them. They're like dots, and they are the ones we lose the most, and that's where you use the clippers, and sometimes a hand clipper, where you have to clip them all back. She'll take the saplings and start to grow them. They must be removed. And that's what you do. So there's something for everybody out here. If that's all you want to do is lop, we have lopping work.
And if all you want to do is hike, that's good too.
Yes.
So, and if you want to have a guide to hiking in the Blue Hills, you can download the Friends of the Blue Hills Find Your Trail chart, which lists 19 great trails that you might be interested in. There's a link in the comments, hopefully. And there, you can find it at friendsofthebluehills.org/chart. Do you want to talk about some of the other tools here?
Now, as I said, this here would be lop. I can show you how that would be used, because I see one over here I don't particularly like. This one right here. These two branches are going to be problems later on, because they're going to grow out onto the trail. When you lop, you always want to lop as close to the tree as possible, just like that. It's very easy. Just like that. And then we just throw them into the woods. Someone else may say that should come off too. That looks like it's going to go up and over. If it gets to be a pain, we would lop that off. But anything that's close like this, that we think may be a potential problem, we lop it off. And as I said right here, if we had to take that tree down, we would go as close to the bottom as we possibly can to remove it. We don't like to leave stumps. We don't like to leave anything up that may cause a tripping problem. If something is bigger than that, we would use the trusty bow saw, which, by the way, this thing here cuts anything. It would cut a tree this size, but of course we don't have to do that. We just look for small things, like this one here. For instance, if this was hanging over, a lena, that's what we call, we could remove that strictly with a bow saw. And we would move it off. We'd go as close to that, and we would push it right off, just like those things are. Any big tree that fell down, something the size of that, we send over a notice for chainsaws. We don't have to do that. But we would take that off. This pick, and we have different sized picks too. We have all different. If you think you're not strong enough to hold a pick, trust me, this is a very light one. We have heavier ones, but this is what we would use. And you never ever swing a pick over your head. You would go, rip this up, and you can see it would be easy enough to rip off if you choose to. We would take this thing and we would drag it just like that. And we would get down about a foot. We would clean it all out. It would be a beautiful trench all the way up. And then we would coat it with rocks that we have found right over there, over there, over there. And we would pack it as nice and flat, using flat rocks on the top. And use sand, or dirt rather, to pack it in. It would be a beautiful, bikers will love this, because they would be going up and over.
So you obviously love trail maintenance. What is it that you like about it?
What I like, I think it really is. You get out here, believe it or not, even though you might not see a deer at this time of the day, you do see them, and the birds are chirping away. It's almost like saying thank you. And then you get the rustling in the woods, and you might see a rabbit running around or something. It's just, I guess I don't want to lose it. And I think, like everything else in life, if you don't take care of it, you're going to lose it. And we are in danger of losing the hills. There's no question about it. It is prime property. It's 13 miles from Boston. Every developer in the world wants this place. And if it's not maintained, we will lose it. Maybe I won't lose it, but my grandchildren may. And that is not fun.
You're a trail adopter.
Yes.
Can can you explain, Friends of the Blue Hills has this program where you can adopt your trail, but it doesn't mean you have a sign on it like in the
No,
highway.
it's not. I have the halfway path. It's not Anna's Trail, although I think it, and it's. I remember when I did my volunteering for 4 or 5 Saturdays, and I think it was Caleb that asked me, "Would you like to adopt a trail?" I said, "Yeah, I kind of would," and I got a list of them that I could have picked from, and. Dexter told me about this trail and said, this would be a real nice one here. It's a walking trail, only a mile or so. 2 streams that go underneath it, a couple of reverses. They have to be cleaned out and they do have to be tended to. And he said, but I think you could do it. And I walked it and I said, this is beautiful. You are absolutely in there. I have streams, so I have water, fowl that I can see, ducks and things like that are out there. And you maintain it. It's a walking trail, 4 foot by 6. I clean up all the saplings, make sure that anything on the trail is removed. You have to do it 4 times a year. That's your minimum. Of course, I walk my trail a lot more than 4 times a year. You send over a report saying that everything is just fine, or if something happens and there's a tree down, you send over saying, I need a chainsaw with 2 guys to remove a tree between trail markers, and you know where the trail markers are. And before long, someone's out there removing the tree and opening up your trail. But it is very rewarding because you get pleasure in it. You bump into people that are walking your trail. And it's really, really, really neat. And I love going out there, believe it or not, in the winter, Sunday morning after a snow. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's not dangerous because it's as dangerous as you want to be, but because you are in the woods. But it's just beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. My blood pressure has come down.
That's great.
Yes.
So on Saturday mornings when we have our monthly trail maintenance event, when anyone can come,
Yep.
There's all sorts of different projects
Yes.
that we usually give people the option of choosing.
And that's one nice thing about it. Yes.
Do you have a favorite kind of activity that you
What I really
prefer?
like, it depends on what it is. If I go out with Bob and do trail reverses, they are meticulous, and you will be lifting heavy things and going down. I have to really feel very strong. Other than that, I would just go to Foul Meadow and clean back. Anything that I think that I can look at and say, that looks good. Oh, I've done something here. That's all I care about. I want to get some kind of sense of pride or accomplishment, and you get it up here because you can actually see what you've done.
Last year we did a lot of work with repairing bridges.
Yes, we
did.
did.
You do that?
I didn't do it. I walked on the bridge. I knew it was there, and I looked at that and said, "Oh my God, that's quite a project." And they ripped it down. It was very dangerous. I walked on that, and if I were coming off it and I saw people coming, I'd say, "Please be very careful. There's loose planks there," and that had to be repaired. And I think REI had a big hand in doing that, but I did not do it. That's
they
beautiful.
supported that work.
They supported that, and they support a lot of bridges. There's a bridge down the Great Cedar Swamp that's absolutely gorgeous. If you like bridges, it's gorgeous. Goes up over. It's just a beautiful, beautiful bridge. And you can sit there and say, wow, I would like to have had a hand in that, but I didn't at the time.
So if someone wanted to join us, like on a Saturday morning, do you have any advice for them?
I would say Saturday morning, just make sure you got your bug spray. Good shoes, not new ones, because you might get dirty. And just be prepared. Wear old clothes. Be prepared we will give you gloves. We'll give you water. She even gives you snacks. And then you just figure out what your level is. Where do you want to start? If you are coming for the first time, I would say probably not trail reversals. Try to learn a little bit more about the woods and take the brushbacks and the raking. Good way to start, good way to see the woods. There are parts of the woods here that I had never been on until I started doing the monthly trail maintenance, because we go to all kinds of places. Walking in, it's a lot. Sometimes we walk in a mile before we get to where we're going to go. But it is great. That's all you have to do. Comfortable shoes, water. Although if you don't have any, we'll give you that too. So just bring yourself. That's all we need.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about in terms of trail maintenance or?
Trail maintenance, yes. Please, if you do go on a hike, please bring your trash out. Do not leave it. We have to pick it up. A plastic bottle has a lifetime in the woods. The animals don't know what to do with it. If you get some animal, he might bite into it, and that's like a kiss of death. So if you do bring water bottles in and you bring trash in, please bring a little bag with you. Throw it in there. Plenty of rubbish disposal places there, but don't leave it in our woods. Please do not.
That's great advice.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Anna.
You're welcome. Anytime. Hope to see everybody on the 12th. That's next.
That's the next
That's
one.
the next one, yeah.
Great. So you are watching Blue Hills Alive, your weekly guide to the Blue Hills, which is sponsored by Tom O'Neill of Success Real Estate in Milton, who sponsors these videos every Thursday at noon. And if you hike in the Blue Hills, you'll want to check out the Find Your Trail chart at friendsofthebluehills.org/chart, where you'll find a whole list. You can download a list of 19 of the best trails in the Blue Hills, and you'll have an array of, you'll know how long they are and how difficult they are, and you can continue to enjoy the Blue Hills. So we will see you next Thursday at noon. Thanks for watching.